So I started at about 9 o'clock, brought it out here, and I finished taking it to the grinder. So, and then after I did that, surprisingly enough, that that steel wool there, uh, that was that's that was the best thing to use to clean it. Really get into the nooks and the crannies, get out all the dough and whatnot. So then, after I did that, now I'm in the process of wet sanding it. So I'm using 2000 grit sandpaper, and it's doing a really great job. When I wipe that off, you can see that the paint is no longer glossy, and it's really cleaning the paint too. All the scuffs and whatever, it's taking it off. I'm bringing it to the white again, because under here, over here, was really bad. I couldn't get that off with the grinder. It looks like that, and now look at it. A lot better. So, and you can see how pale. Well, I can see how pale it is. It doesn't come off on the camera compared to how it was before I started. So I'm almost on this side. I just need to sand in here and sand the bottom section there, those two, and then I guess I'll flip it around or something. So, and that's painted on. That's painted on, huh? I didn't know. Crazy. So I'm glad I got this far. And then after that, it'll be soapy water, and then put it on the stove to dry. And then time for paint. I don't think I'll be painting it tonight. I would love to. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. I cut these two last night while I was waiting for the drumsticks to cook. Off of that piece there was a long piece. When I came out here a little bit before 9 to go grab my clothing, the partridge was right there. Oh man, broad daylight, almost 9 o'clock in the morning, and he's right here. So yeah, it's not cold at all. It's nice outside. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So last night I was waiting for my drumsticks to cook, and I had that ripe tomato there sitting on my cutting board. So I thought to myself, I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna eat a little bit. I'm gonna eat it. So that's what's left of it there. And even though it looked red, it wasn't ripe. I bit into that, man. The first slice was okay, and then after that, ugh. So I left it there. I'm gonna throw it in my compost pile. Those ones I'm gonna try, give them a chance to ripen. But the rest of them, I'm not even going to bother. I'm gonna throw them in the compost. Oh man, I'm just gonna throw them in the compost. I don't know what this faggot is doing driving up and down this fucking street. What a stupid sack of shit. I think he's a pedophile, man. A gay pedophile. Albert, or whatever the fuck his name is. Stupid twig boy. Dumb faggot. He's gotta be gay, because you look at his wife with the short hair, he looks like a little boy. Probably wants to fuck a little boy. He's probably practicing to be a Catholic priest. That's why. Fucking queer. All these here are garbage, man. Fuck, I'm gonna throw them in the bush. Yeah, so I'm getting things done here. Yep. So today's Sunday. Yeah, I think I'll focus on getting that painted. Once it's painted, then I could do other things. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Other things. That's what you do when you're gay and stupid. Drive around in a fucking truck like a faggot. Motherfucker. I don't know what to do with those fucking tomatoes, man. Will they be good in the compost or what? I have no idea. The pistachio shells, I love those. I really love those in the garden. They like to soak in a lot of water. Let's see. Yeah, the leaves are really falling down now. I might start getting calls from people to come rake leaves. I don't know. Would be nice to do 2 jobs like that. Go rake some leaves, bring them here. I guess I'll store them there for the winter time. I'll leave this here like that in chaos. Oh, it feels good to eat though. The fact that my appetite has come back like this, it feels really, really good. Because now when I eat, this food doesn't sit in my stomach. You know, it actually just starts to digest. You know, you could feel my intestines grab onto it and start digesting it. It feels good. That's why I'm able to do this right now. I have the confidence, you know. But I think I spent almost $700 in groceries this month alone. It's fucking crazy, man. That's why I don't have money to build a fucking thing. Because every time I go to the fucking grocery store, it's $100, $190, you know? Holy fuck, man. And I come home and it doesn't last that long. Can you imagine if I was eating 3 times a day? If I was eating 3 times a day, that would probably cost me about, I don't know, $2,000 a month. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Completely fucking ridiculous. So, all right. I want to polish those. So I guess I'll start with the 2000 grit and work my way up to the 10,000 grit. And if that's not good enough, I'll use the buff pads and the compound and finish it off with that. Really get it nice and shiny. Anything that's going to touch the dough. Yep. Well, anyway, I'm going to continue working on that. So the final press is pretty much all sanded down. You know, look at that. That was yellow inside there. Now it's nice and white. You know? Yeah. I'm really glad with how it's turning out right now. You know, if I had a truck built like this, I would have so much pleasure from working on it. Because, you know, this makes me feel good. I'm sanding it and I'm looking at the paint, and the paint sanding off all the scuff marks, and the paint is looking really, really nice. You know, if this was a truck, it would be the same thing. Then I know for a fact that when I'm finished the job and I paint it and it's all back together again, I won't have to touch it for at least another 5-10 years, maybe more, you know. Do a really good job. And that, you know, that's why when I saw this and he said he was going to throw it in the garbage, I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't let that happen. You know, I just couldn't let that happen. I still don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. I'll probably be one of the few regular residential guys with a fucking industrial pizza dough sheeter. Yep. Oh, yes. And then once I finished all that work on it, where am I going to store it? You know? Fucking hell. Anyway.